Now, Menonji. Yes. Memonji, yes, please.
Let me begin with the remembrance to the Constitution of India, under which we all the members have taken oath before entering this house. The Constitution opens with "we the people," and that "we the people" phrase, I believe and I firmly believe, includes 170 million Dalit Indians. Now, they cannot be distinguished or discriminated against as far as all the facilities of the country are concerned. Article 14 of the Constitution talks of equality before law, but when two persons are placed before a court together, one Dalit and second non-Dalit, basically they are not equals when they are before the court, because they are socially unequal, they are economically unequal, they are educationally unequal, and therefore the whole spirit of equality before law gets wounded. So it is the society which has to treat a Dalit and a non-Dalit equally, socially, economically, and educationally, which unfortunately is not happening. Now, there are a number of other provisions with regard to protection and a helping hand to be extended to Dalits, because admittedly they are left behind from the mainstream. Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar way back had said that we need to bring them up in the mainstream, for which extra efforts are required to be taken. Under the Constitution, we find that we have National Commission for Scheduled Castes and Scheduled Tribes. We have appointment of a commission to investigate the conditions of scheduled caste under Article 341. We have various provisions under the Constitution, and I'm afraid that when today we are discussing atrocities on Dalits and scheduled caste people, we are believed to be violating those constitutional provisions. We are infringing the Constitution, and I'm afraid that some of us may even have a self-introspection to see that are we committing the breach of oath that we have taken to be in this house, and more particularly those who are in power. Now, I would say that as far as the present incident is concerned, caste-related violence has occurred and occurs in India in various forms. According to a report by Human Rights Watch, Dalits continue to face discrimination, exclusion, and acts of communal violence. Laws and policies adopted by the Indian government provide a strong basis for protection, but are not being faithfully implemented by local authorities. For the last few days in Gujarat, Dalit community has been seething with anger over the public flogging of a group of Dalits who were skinning a dead cow in Mota Samadhiala, a village near Una town in Saurashtra region on July 11. 4 of them were brutally beaten with steel pipes and iron rods, stripped, tied to an SUV, and paraded in the main market near the local police station in Una by members of local cow vigilant group, Gau Raksha Samiti, Cow Protection Committee. The flogging was filmed, posted on Facebook as warning to other Dalits that if they repeat, they would be treated like this. The video went viral, filling the community with anger, and led to an eruption of protest across the state, in which more than 20 attempted suicide, dozens of vehicles were torched or vandalized, highways blocked, and 1 policeman died of injuries sustained during the stone pelting. What transpired at Una was only the latest atrocity on the scheduled caste, which form around 7.5% of the total population in the state of Gujarat. Earlier in July, a Dalit farmer was killed by villagers when he tried to cultivate a common grazing land in a village near Porbandar. Only in April this year, a 31-year-old Dalit, Ketan Turadia, a clerk in a local court in Ahmedabad, committed suicide, alleging discrimination in the workplace where he had constantly faced caste abuses. According to leading social activist Martin McVan, whose organization, Now Sarajan Trust, is the largest Dalit body and which works in 3,000 villages in Gujarat, Dalit face rampant discrimination at all levels in Gujarat. Most of them are not allowed entry into temples in village. They have their own crematorium because upper castes don't allow Dalits to be cremated in common crematorium, Mr. Markwan said. In 2012, 3 Dalit youths were killed in police firing in Thangarth town of Surendranagar district. The state government, then headed by the Chief Minister, the present Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi, had set up a 3-member committee to inquire into the incident and submit a report. Till date, the government has not made that report public. According to Mr. Makwan, atrocities against Dalits in Gujarat are committed with impunity. However, there is one difference this time. Social media has made the difference, and for the first time after 1985, Gujarat is witnessing such a strong protest by the Dalit community in the state. According to National Campaign for Dalit Human Rights, every year 13,000 to 15,000 cases of atrocities against Dalit and 3,000 to 3,500 cases of untouchability are registered in India. Even after the abolition of caste system, Dalits or untouchables continue to face caste discrimination. Over 1/6 of India's population, about 170 million people, live a precarious existence, shunned by much of Indian society because of their rank as untouchables or Dalits, literally meaning broken people. At the bottom of India's caste system, Dalit are discriminated against, denied access to land and business resources, forced to work in degrading conditions, and routinely abused at the hands of police and dominant caste groups and enjoy state's protection. Historically, the caste system has formed the social and economic framework for the life of the people of India. In its essential form, this caste system involves the division of people into a hierarchy of unequal social groups where basic rights and duties are assigned based on birth are not subject to change. Dalits are outcasts, falling outside the traditional 4 classes of Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Sudra. Dalits are typically considered low, impure and polluted based on their birth and traditional occupation. Thus, they face multiple forms of discrimination, violence and exclusion from the rest of the society. Dalit women face the triple burden of caste, class and gender. Dalit girls have been forced to become prostitutes for dominant caste patrons and village priests. Sexual abuse and other forms of violence against women are used by landlords and the police to inflict political lessons and crush dissent within the community. Less than 1% of the perpetrator of crimes against Dalit women are convicted. The plight of India's untouchable elicit only sporadic attention with the country. Public outrage over large-scale incidents of violence, or particularly egregious examples of discrimination, fades quickly, and the state is under little pressure to undertake more meaningful reforms. Laws granting Dalits special consideration for government jobs and education reach only a small percentage of those who are meant to benefit. Laws designed to ensure that Dalits enjoy equal rights and protections have seldom been enforced. Instead, police refuse to register complaints about violations of the law and rarely prosecute those responsible for abuses that range from murder and rape to exploitative labor practices and forced displacement from Dalit lands and homes. Laws and government policies on land reform and budget allocations for the economic empowerment of the Dalit community remain legally unimplemented, largely unimplemented. Dalits who dare to challenge the social order have often been subjected to abuses by their dominant caste neighbors. Dalit villages are collectively penalized for individual transgressions, though through social boycott, including loss of employment. Sir, I'll take 2 minutes more. And access to water, grazing lands and ration shops. For most Dalits in rural India who earn less than a subsistence living as agricultural laborers, a social boycott means destitution and starvation. I'll quote at the end, sir, I'll wind up, Baba Sahib Ambedkar, who brilliantly said, long ago, which is so relevant even today. I quote, "My final words of advice to you are educate, agitate, and organize. Have faith in yourself. With justice on our side, I do not see how we can lose our battle. The battle, to me, is a matter of joy. The battle is in the fullest sense spiritual. There is nothing material or social in it. For ours is a battle not for wealth or for power. It is a battle for freedom. It is the battle for reclamation of human personality. It is in the fullest sense spiritual." Unquote. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay. See, Memon ji, the chair is expected not to encourage written speech. When a person like you who can make even an extempore speech, what is the need of reading a speech? This is, I am speaking for everybody, everybody. See, even those who can make, even those who can make very good speech, even without preparing, who can make extempore speech, sometimes they also prefer reading. That is not actually expected.
Thank you, sir.
So, that's all what I am saying. I am not casting aspersion on anybody, but of course, in the beginning, though, see, beginning, that is what I am saying.
No, it is fine. It is to be observed for everybody.
Yeah, it's everybody I am saying.
Yeah.
I am,
that is
no,
what-
no, I am only saying, chair is, what I said is chair is not expected to encourage. That means, you see, you can refer the paper, look at the paper, take the points and say. But reading dicto, that is what I am saying. That should not be.
Sir, it was only,
Eh?
sir, it was only a substance of
Yeah.
what I wanted to say.
That you can always.
If it is shorter time.
Now you can go through it. You can.
Sir,
you can take.
Sir, I would have spoken extempore if you were gracious enough to grant me 20 minutes.
Then I would have given more. Definitely. I am telling you. See, whenever somebody is reading, I am forced to ring the bell. If it is extempore speech, if this is prepared speech, then I will allow more time. Naturally, I am
This
telling
was
you.
only substance of what I
I
wanted to
agreed.
say.
I agreed. I am not blaming anybody. I am not blaming you also. But this is a guidance for every member. As far as possible, come prepared and make your speech rather than reading a written speech. That's all. Eh? Yeah, Raja always written. Therefore, he gets the privilege. All Rajas are privileged people, and he is more privileged. What to do? So next is